Hello children, welcome to English grammar class. Today we are going to take the first worksheet of grammar. So for literature this year you will have to keep two separate files, one for literature, one for grammar. So the grammar first worksheet number 1, 2 and 3 we are going to study. The topic is punctuation. Punctuation. Have you heard of the word punctuation before? Yes. Punctuation marks, they are very important in English because when we write something in English, it helps the reader to know where we have to start a sentence, where we are stopping the sentence, if in between the sentence there is a stop, all these things to know. Punctuation marks are very important. Okay, so what are the punctuation marks? It helps to start and stop a sentence. It is used to create clarity, sense and stress when we are reading a paragraph or a sentence. It helps us a lot, the punctuation marks. So which are the punctuation marks? We have different punctuation marks in English. Especially the first one will be capital letter, full stop, question mark, comma, inverted comma, exclamation marks. All these together we call as the punctuation marks. Okay, you might have studied all these things, but we will refresh this once again. The first thing is capital letters. From the very small classes, that is for standard onwards, the teachers might have told you that whenever you start a sentence, the sentence should begin with a capital letter. Okay, the name of any person, place, it should start with capital letter. See, Anil, example, name of a person, place, Kerala, India, then names of the days of the week, then month's name, all these things you have to study, you have to start with capital letters. Then full stop. What is full stop? It's just a dot which we put after every sentence we will put a full stop. What is the purpose of this full stop? Full stop helps us to know where there is a stop. One sentence, when we finish one sentence, we will put a full stop to show that that sentence is over. The next sentence we are going to start. So that is the use of full stop. It's just a dot. Then question mark. So there are sentences, different kind of sentences. If the sentence is a question, what's your name? It's a question. Isn't it? So after asking the question, we don't put a full stop there to end the sentence. Instead of full stop, we will put a question mark. Understood? Then we have comma. What do we put comma? To separate things in a sentence. Suppose if I am telling I went to the market and I bought vegetables, meat, fish, etc. So when 3 or 4 things together coming, to separate each item we will put the comma. Then we have inverted comma and exclamation mark. Inverted comma we put to show the original words of a speaker. For example, the teacher said, tomorrow is a holiday. Tomorrow is a holiday is the sentence told by the teacher. It's the original word of the teacher, sentence of the teacher. So to show that, we will put an inverted comma to cover that, to say that that sentence is told by the teacher. Okay, so the different rules for which we will study one by one in detail. Then we have the exclamation mark. Exclamation marks are used in exclamatory sentence. It's an exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence means sentences which has some emotion. We cannot simply read an exclamatory sentence. For example, saw a beautiful dress in the shop. So, if I am telling, it is a beautiful dress. It's not an exclamatory sentence. It's ordinary sentence. It is a beautiful dress. Suppose I am telling with an expression, what a beautiful dress it is. What a beautiful dress it is. Okay, so the sentence itself have a exclamation, a surprise, or it can be not happiness alone, it can be sadness also. Alas, we lost the match. Okay, so the words, such sentences which have an exclamation, the exclamatory sentences, we use exclamation mark. This is the exclamation mark. So these are the different punctuations we are going to study in the first lesson, punctuation. Capital letters, full stop, question mark, comma, inverted comma and exclamation mark. We will take one by one in detail. The first one being the capital letters. So which all places we use the capital letters? That is to start a sentence. First of all, to start a sentence. Then to start all proper nouns. You studied the proper nouns. The next lesson coming is nouns. So in proper nouns means the name of a particular place, animal or a thing. The name of every person. Your name, when you write you will begin it with capital letter only. So name of any person, place or a thing's name, not always. If the thing's name in particular we are telling. If we say table, there is no need to use capital letter there. Okay, so if you are telling tiger, we don't use capital letter. But if you are telling the tiger's name is Timba, T, that T should be Timba, the name you are putting for that tiger. So that particular name should be given capital letter. Okay, so let us start all proper nouns with, we will start with the capital letter only. Then the first letter of every line of poem. So in poems, whenever we start a line, first line, second line, third line, like that, so many lines will be there in poems. All the first letters should be starting with a capital letter. Whether you end the sentence or not, every line should start with a capital letter. And the title of books. Whenever you say the name of any book, that name Alice in Wonderland is a book. So Alice, A in I capital, Wonderland, W capital, like that. Geronimo Stilton, you are familiar with the book, isn't it? So G and S, Geronimo Stilton. Both the letters should start with capital letters. So these are some of the areas where we use capital letters. 1. To start a sentence. 2. To start all proper nouns. Then first letter of every line of the poem should be capital. And when you write the title of the books, that also should be written in capital letters. I hope it's clear to you. Now we have the exercise 1, exercise A. In page number 1 of your worksheet, grammar worksheet 1. One more thing, we will discuss the full stop also, then we will go to the exercise. In full stop, it's used at the end of a sentence. Of course, when you finish a sentence, we will put full stop. Then used after abbreviations. What do you mean by abbreviations? Abbreviation means the short form that we write. Instead of, suppose the name is too long, we will take the first letters of that word, suppose the name APJ Abdul Kalam, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. When you write A P J, send it Abdul Kalam. It's a long word. It's a long name, isn't it? Abul Pakir Jalaluddin Abdul Kalam, it is full. The full name of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is. So what we will do, we will first 3 letters we are abbreviating. Make the first letter only we will take. And after each letter, we have to put a full stop. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, so when you write the abbreviations, when you write the short forms, USA, United States of America. It's a short form. Instead of writing United States of America, we will write USA. So after this letters, we will put the full stop. So these are the 2 areas where we use full stop. One is used at the end of the sentence. 2, it's used after the abbreviations. I hope all of you understood. Now we will do the exercise 1. In that, these are the exercises. Exercise A. The following are pairs of sentences. Each pair has 2 sentences. Rewrite it using full stops and capital letters. Are you ready? So the first one, wading birds have long legs. Ducks have short legs. Actually 2 sentences are there. So how will you do that? Here wading birds, it should be capital. W should be capital. Have long legs. There should be full stop. Then here also D should be capital. After full stop when you write, it should start with capital letter. And at last we will have the full stop. Clear? Then second one, Tim lent me his pen. He is my best friend. Tim. First letter should be capital. It's the name of a person as well as the starting letter. So T capital, lend me his pen, full stop. Then after full stop, H should be capital. He is my best friend. And last, it should be a full stop. Then third one, Mr. Brown is our neighbor. He is a spendthrift. What do you mean by spendthrift? Spendthrift means a person who spends money lavishly. Okay, so Mr. M already capital. Mr. is the short form. So after Mr. you have to put a full stop. Then Brown is the name of a person. So it should be capital. Not the color brown. It's the name. Mr. Brown is the name of a person. Is our neighbor. Sentence over. Full stop. Then H should be capital. He is a spendthrift. And after that again there should be a full stop. Okay. Fourth one, Geronimo Stilton is a best-selling children's book. It's very interesting. The fourth one, Geronimo Stilton. The first letter should be capital G. Stilton. S also should be capital. It's a best-selling children's book. Full stop. Then after that it should write with capital letter I, capital. It is very interesting. After that again we need a full stop. Then fifth one, Helen wants to be a teacher. Her mother is a doctor. So here H should be capital. Wants to be a teacher. After that full stop. Then her, H. Her mother is a doctor. Full stop. So this is how it should be. I hope all of you understood this. How we are doing, how we are putting the punctuations, capital letter and full stop, how we used it. Then, in page number 2 of your worksheet, again we have to use the question mark. That is, complete the sentences using commas or question marks. So, commas also we discussed. Comma. What is the use of comma? A comma is used to separate things in a sentence. When more than one thing is coming, we use a comma to separate that. I told I went to the market and bought some books, pencils, rubbers, erasers. After each one we have to put a comma. Then there is another use for this comma. That is, if you in a sentence, if it is not over but you want to stop in between the sentence, there we can use a comma. Okay, we will see what it is. So, before that we will do the exercise. That is in page number 2 of your grammar worksheet. Exercise B. Complete the sentences using commas or question marks. Okay. So you have to complete it also. The sentence is incomplete. You have to complete the sentence also. In my school bag, I have what all things? In my school bag. See, in my school bag, there can be a comma there. Why? Because there is a stop. When we say a sentence, in my school bag, I have. So there is a small stop coming there. So to show that, we can put a comma there. I have, what all things you have? Yes, I have books, pencils, erasers, etc. Okay, so pencils, books, erasers. We have to put comma in to separate each of the items. So in my school bag, I have books, pencils, erasers, etc. So and last you have to put the full stop also. Understood? Then second one. Do you like football? Do you like football? It's a question. So what should you put at the end? Is it a full stop? No. It should be a question mark at the end. Okay. Then third one also incomplete. On the map, I can see. See what? See a cat. Okay. I can see a cat. Full stop. But see here, on the mat, when you say the sentence, on the mat, I can see a cat. So here, you can have a comma. On the mat, I can see a cat. Clear? So when there is a small stop coming in the sentence, there you can put a comma. Then, did you like this spot? It's a question coming. So you have to put the question mark. Okay, did you like the sport? Put a question mark. Then, in the playground, there are, okay, children playing. There are children playing. Full stop. Is there any commas in the sentence? In the playground, there is a comma. There can be a stop there. In the playground, there are children playing. And last, full stop. I hope all of you understood this exercise B. Okay. So, we will stop with this today. The rest, the page number 3, we will discuss in the next video. Try to do the exercises. Okay, thank you.